JL Rock, Women of Action Figure channel. And here we have a bunch of videos that I pulled over from our other channel, but we're going to be repackaging them so we can show off these awesome action figures that I picked up early on. And then after that, we're going to be bringing brand new videos that I have. So we need your help. We need the likes, we need the subs, you need to hit that notification button because, I mean, we have a lot of videos coming up. So without further ado, let's check them out. This one is the Marvel Legends series Black Widow. I had this on my wish list and I was watching as the prices went up and down on this. I think this figure was around $30 or close to $30, maybe 26 something. I have to take a look and see. But I thought it was cool. You know, I like the character and it fits in with my Women of Action figure collection that I'm doing. Basically just a lot of women characters that I thought were cool throughout media, and honestly I don't see so many of women figures, especially from the 90s, on YouTube. So I was like, hey, that I like it anyway, so why not do videos about it? So just looking at this, it does come with a lot. I always like having the different effects, and the cool thing is I already have a bunch of effects from other lines. So I really like when I have the ability to combine them together and just have like a big pile of different effects that I can do with guns. So I really like seeing this. So without further ado, let's actually get inside this thing and take a look at what we got. Amazon delivered it again. I don't know, especially during Christmas. They've been delivering where the packages are looking a little bit grody, but I mean, I guess as long as the action figure itself is okay, then I'm not going to trip too much, but alright, so there it is in its plastic prison. There's nothing else in the bag. So this is strange. Oh, so see, I didn't really pay attention that it came with like a base and everything. So that's cool. Let me take a look at this. Okay, so it does come with kind of like an action stand, where it's like you're able to put her in the air, and I guess like this large piece is supposed to be like an explosion at her feet. So looking over here, that's what this base is for. This base has holes and stuff in there where you can put the different effects, and it looks like there's another effect in here that goes there. So of course I'll be showing all that, but I guess we can start with the stand itself. And of course it makes sense to see why this is a little bit more than their other lines, because most of them don't come with a stand like this. Sometimes they might have that, you know, standard little stand that you can see, but you can see like here how you could put it together. So I'll be putting it all together, but you see the base here, and then the different pieces here, and then you have this is one of the explosion effects. Bring this over. So then you have, this is another one, so you see how they have the little hole here. So it looks like you can move it around in different spots, which is cool. So you can play around with that. And then you have the different effects here, different blast effects. And then you have the weapons all in here. And it comes with two different hands. So I'm going to show all that in just a second. But let's just quickly go over the figure, and then we'll go over the accessories and then build it itself. So the figure itself looks cool. I like the design of it. I always like the white outfit. I think it goes well with the accents. I like here how they have like her tactical belt. And it looks like it does have the different spots so that you're able to put the weapons into them. Then she has her wrist darts and all that. I love like the little red accents here. Just all together, it's a good design. And then as far as articulation, I mean, with the Legend series, you're kind of used to that, where you got the movement of the foot. You can also rotate it. It's like on a joint. So you're able to, it helps because I mean her character is supposed to be athletic and do a lot of stuff. You got the double joints, which again makes sense, especially for a character like that. One of the differences is being able to get that bend like that. And then you can turn the at the thigh, but you can see it's a little bit harder just because, I mean, it does rotate even with this, but I guess that's one of those things where you like play around with it and it gets looser. And the same thing with like moving it, like when you rotate and kick forward and back, this here does give you a little resistance on that, but it's not like something that I think would prevent you from doing any poses. And then, so this has the ab crunch, doesn't have a waist turn, but it has the ab crunch. And then as far as the hands, so I mean, you have the different hands. So like this one is like closed fists, like punching, and you can do like a full rotate, and you can like move it up and down kind of slightly. If you see here, you can see that little movement there. And then you got the same thing with the double elbows. And again, it's like, for me, I like having that because, especially with characters who have like weapons like guns, because it allows you to really get a better pose with the double jointed, especially if they're looking down a scope or something like that. And then you get the full rotation of the shoulders, and then the head up and down and all that. So very cool. I mean, overall, I'm liking it very much. So let's look at some of the accessories that came with it. All right, so here are the weapons that she comes with. So here are her 2 melee weapons that you can see. So that's very cool. And then you have her guns. So these are both the same. So all those effects are basically for the platform, which I'm going to go over very shortly. It also has effects for her actual wrist weapons, and that's what these are. So these you can put on her wrist, and I'll show you that. And then you have her different hands. So you have the different hands for grappling here, and then you have another set here. So it's almost like, I guess it could be one, I guess it's, maybe I have it mixed up. So it's like maybe one for like grabbing, and then one that is more like trigger finger. So I guess that's what they were going for. And then let's look at the base. So I was able to put the base together. It's really simple. It's basically these 4 parts. So it's the base. This long piece just fits into here, or really any of these slots it fits into. And then this arm piece fits into here, and then this fits into here, and then you can move that around as well. And then you have the different pieces. So all of these pieces go in there in its individual spots. And it looks like you do have to kind of put them in a certain position just because of like how the different sizes are. Obviously, like these can go into any of those larger pins. And then you have these where you can see the smaller ones where it goes in. So let's just do a quick jump to see what that looks like. All right, so this is part of it put together. So I want to point out a few things. First of all, we'll look down here and you'll see, so here you can play around with the positions of the explosions. Obviously, there's some parts where they only fit in certain locations. So the 2 larger pieces can fit in any of the large holes, and then there's like 3 smaller holes to fit some of the smaller effects. So you can move those around to how you like. So that's the first step. The second thing to take notice of is that this here is adjustable, and it's really easy to move it. So it's like you want to make her much closer to the explosions, or if you want to make her much higher all the way up, that's a cool feature that I like. And then, and then on the actual part itself where it holds her, it's like spring loaded. So it's like you pull it apart and it has that tension to come back. I guess I didn't push this in hard enough, but that's not a problem. Another thing to take note, and let me stop this for a second, is so as far as when you're moving the actual hands, so the effects here, the cool thing about that is I found that it's much easier to remove the fist and then put it on. So I can just show real quick. Let me take her off there, just make it simpler. So basically it's just like a little twist to pull the hands off. It's not that hard. So I noticed that the little wrist things here slide back a little bit. So then what you want to do kind of is like put it on like this, and then you can take the hand and then squeeze it in. And then to me that's easier, because it's like I did try going over the hand, and it's like you can do it, but it's much more difficult. So I just found that's just simpler. I just realized I did the wrong hand, but you get what I'm trying to do. So as I was saying with the double jointed, I like, you know, you can do a lot more with you can get much closer if you're going to look down the barrel or something like that and move around with that positioning. But I have to say that overall, I really enjoy the way this is with the effects and stuff like that. I mean, I guess I could just display it like this, and I mean, it's good if nothing else because you have other characters that you can put on it. So let's do just one more profile and my final thoughts. All right, so overall, I have to say I do like this figure. And just in case, oops, I always do that with. Just in case you're wondering, even though I did just knock her off, she does fit on kind of like your standard peg. Her pegs are on like the front of her feet, so you could definitely do a lot with that. So it's a good thing that, you know, it's pretty standard. These are like, I got these from Amazon. I think it was like 20 in a pack for like 10 bucks or something. But I have to say, just overall, I really like the figure. I always like the character, so it was really good to have the figure. And it really feels well, like when you're moving and putting it in positions, it's just like the right amount of stiffness. And I know that obviously it's new, so it's going to have that, but I get the feeling that just the way it feels, it's going to keep up. And just having the stand and all that in the background, it's like, I think it's a nice addition to have that as well. And you know, you can do a lot of different stuff with it. So overall, I'm happy with it. Of course, it was a gift. So, I mean, that's probably the ultimate discount. So I'm always happy about that. But I would definitely say that this is worth a buy if you're a fan of Black Widow and that series. Thanks so much for watching. And we really need your help to grow this channel. We want to spread these awesome women of action figures all around YouTube. And you know how the algorithm is. So you got to do the things that everybody asks for, but we really need it. And we need to have those subs, we need to have those likes, and hit that notification button, because that's the only thing that lets YouTube know that this content is worth it. But I do either way appreciate you for watching, and also those comments are good too. And what I want to ask is that if you know of a woman action figure, a female action figure that I should be looking at, whether I can find it cheap or otherwise, cheaper the better, because I'm still the % off collector. Let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to add that to the collection and add another video. But until next time, thanks a lot.